Twin flames that run will come back. Runners rarely stay away for long. I need you to really understand what I mean when I say twin flames that run will come back. I've said it before, but I've seen it confuse people, so let me be clear. The twin flame runner is running for a reason. When twin flames run, they will come back, but that doesn't mean you should just sit back and wait for them. Take every advantage of the opportunity, or they'll likely just run again. You might have heard me talk about the trap of just waiting for your twin flame, and this is exactly what I don't want you to do. The more your twin flame runs, the fewer chances you have to reach union in this lifetime. So we need to understand how to make it work. If you haven't already read it, I have a guide on the twin flame runner's feelings, and it's very important you understand why your twin flame is acting like this. Why are they running? I'd really suggest taking a minute to understand soul shock and what your runner is going through. Understanding is probably one of the most important parts of being able to help them. As I said before, many times, the twin flame runner needs to heal and work on themselves so they can be ready for a union. Understanding the twin flame runner's perspective means understanding that they're not doing this to hurt you. Your twin, much like you, has been through a lot of pain and suffering, which is what's causing them to run. It might be in his life, a past life of a combination of the two. If we had to sum it up, they're running because they're not yet ready. It might seem crazy that they would want to endure more emotional turmoil, but this has always been the way twin flames work. One goes into deep healing, while the other takes care of themselves until it's time for them both to come back. It's a pattern we see time and time again. The separation phase between twin flames usually means they need to heal and make peace with their past. It's about understanding and sometimes even accepting the fact that these things happen for a reason. Twin flames come together not only because of their love at first sight connection, but also because there is something more at work. They're running to prepare themselves for what comes next. How long before the twin flame runner comes back? It's hard to put an exact time on this because there are so many factors that could impact the duration of a twin flame runner phase. There are no exact rules here. The runner phase could last anywhere from days to years, maybe hours to decades. I speak to thousands of people about their journey, and there's no pattern or time limits that I've ever seen. If the separation is caused by trauma or death, it can take longer for your twin flame to heal and come back because it's taking time for them to work through their emotions. The same goes for betrayals of any kind. It's not something you can rush. Even when it can seem so simple to you, there's still a reason your twin is running. This might be hard, scratch that. I know this is hard. I can only tell you that the journey is worthwhile and the hardships are worth going through. The pain of the runner-chaser phase will fade quickly in comparison to what is waiting for you. The important thing is not how long they run, but that we focus on the right things in the meantime. You're only going to get so many chances in this lifetime, and the sooner you get it right, the sooner you can bring an end to this phase of the journey. Are they always going to come back? The answer here is both yes and no. While the strength of your bond might seem straightforward to you, there's still a reason your twin is running. I've talked about twin flame failure already, and twin flames are destined for union in the long term. They can still fail to reach union in this lifetime, which means you should take every opportunity when they do come back to you. Obviously, I can't speak for your twin flame. I do speak to a lot of people on this journey, however, and I see the same patterns time and time again. Runners come back continually at various stages of the journey. That's because twin flames that run are trying to heal. They're not going away for good, or they would have done so already. This is a natural way of finding some space and figuring out what needs healing within themselves before returning back to the relationship fully. So if you can help them with this, then it makes sense for both parties. It's up to you to be ready for them when they do return. Speeding up the runner's return. I've heard it all by now. From trying to provoke them with anger, lust, or pulling on their heartstrings, I've seen some real attempts to speed up the twin flame runner's return. There's no straightforward AZ here, and I do have a more complete guide on how you can attract your twin flame back. There are a few key things to remember, however. Have patience with your twin flame. Try to understand their feelings even if it doesn't instantly make sense to you. Share yourself honestly and openly about what's happening in your life. Don't try and manipulate them. Especially because of the 5D communication the two of you will share, this will only serve to confuse them and slow down the process. If they are just running but not actively trying to find a way back, then it is up to you. You need to be ready for them when they come back. Keep an open heart without expectations or demands on their time. It's easy to expect them to see what you see, and they probably do on some level, but they might not be as spiritually aware as you are. If your twin flame runner needs help in healing themselves so that their heart can open again and they feel safe being vulnerable with you again, then offer support. Be open to helping them if they need, but keep the focus internal and on your own journey.